Hello and welcome back to the channel where we are building a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. We're building out, we have to rehaul some loot music because I am not happy with the notes that we do have and the melodies that we're able to create with the notes that we do have. So right now we have some overlap in the notes we can play, so it's not quite I'm not sure what the note range is on this. We can look and see. We should have, oh, this is jacked up. Okay, on string 1 looks like we've got an F. It goes to an F on the low end and F2 on the high end. Okay, well, yeah, we're gonna redo this. I'm not happy with it, so I re-recorded some new loot strings in Roly Equator 2, and I'm gonna trim them and export them and normalize them and re-import them and mess around and see if we can get better sounding music. So let's get to it. So I recorded this. This is the Antiquity Heart Loot plugin on Equator 2. Okay, so that should be A. If we were to zoom this in, how do we scroll this around? Okay, so we can see what notes we were playing so we know what they are, but it looks like this is our first one, G. We'll kind of normalize this so that they all have the same length and they all come on, you know, as reasonable as they can at the same time. So just chopping them up right now, and then we'll organize them better. So you could see some of them are different loudnesses. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Okay. So if these are our things, let's just make sure. Oh my gosh, okay. Oh. Okay, so my thinking is that, you know, it goes open string, first fret, second fret, open string. First fret, second fret, open string. First fret, second fret, open string. So if we were to take all of these at once, this is what it would sound like for all of these to be playing at once. Okay, okay. You know, and then if we offset it, just to hear what the notes are sounding like. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it's not exactly, I mean, I don't know if it's a chord. That's what all the open strings would sound like. Okay. I mean, I think we move forward with this. We'll see what it sounds like, I guess. Should we really care about normalizing the length of them? Yeah, probably. But also we should label them. I guess what we can do is add a bunch of new tracks here. Let's just add like 10 audio tracks just so we have enough. We're going to build these out downwards just to see. Just to see the length of each of these. And we'll color code so we know which note is what. All of them at once. Okay, well here we can see, you know, they're not all perfectly lined up. And they all don't perfectly end either. Not that it's a big deal. The starting is really what we're worried about. We want them to make sure they sound like they start on the same beat. So the thing is, yeah, these are, I wonder if we can move these on a smaller scale, because we kind of need to move it based on the sample size, not based on the frame rate. I guess what we could do is we could make this 60 FPS. How do we'd want to scroll not even locked on here. How can we do that? We might have to pull it into Audition. But real talk, like if they don't start in this, I mean, this is down to the frame anyway, so that's a 60th of a second. Yeah, I think this is okay. You know, it's down to a 60th of a second. Okay, so the cool thing about this layout is we can kind of solo every note, every open string. I think we screwed that up. Wait a second, we've got 12 tracks. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think I want to color code these. So let's do, we'll start with Forest. Forest is going to be the open strings. So if we wanted to see what the highest chord would be if you hold the second fret and strum, sounds like that. Okay, so I'm kind of curious just to see we got this right. So it's like if we just do yeah, totally different than what it sounds like now, but this is good because there's no repeats on the notes, so we can play more notes. So basically how it works is any of these colors, I mean any of these notes can be played, but the only ones that can be played at the same time are the same colors. So We can play certain chords of certain colors. Okay. I think we move forward with this. Yeah, I think we move forward and just test it. So let's trim the butts of all this. Okay, so I think I want to kind of experiment a little bit with if it's like you know, with the compression. So I think I'll export at like a low bit rate to kind of simulate the Game Boy sound. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so it goes G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, D. So that's what we've got here. If I didn't delete the video, we could see which notes we actually pull from. So like right here, it starts at right there, C2. So G2 is where it starts. Okay. Let's do this. Let's export it and just test. This should be G2. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna do this is we really want, oh my gosh, I really did do that. Let's make a new folder here. Okay, we want MP3. And you know what? Let me Google. I don't know what sounds would be best in this. Because maybe, you know, maybe Wave is better because it's uncompressed. I don't know. OOG. Good quality at smaller file sizes. Or Wave. Yeah, MP3 is less ideal, apparently. Okay, so let's do... You know what, let's try Wave. Well, how would we export OOG? Does that... we take that? We could convert with Audacity, but no. I guess we just go wave. Yeah, I guess we just go wave. We could lower the sample rate. We could, yeah, let's see. Let's see what a sample rate of 44.1 8-bit sample size sounds like. This is G2. Sounds staticky. Let's try 24-bit or... Why does it sound staticky? That sounded much better. Okay, I think we'll go with that. Maybe we'll do one more test. That was 24-bit. Let's try 16-bit 48 kilohertz. I can't hear a difference between the 16-bit, 24-bit, so let's try one more test at 8-bit and see if it sounds staticky again, or if it was the sample rate that was doing that. Yeah, if we do 8-bit. Yeah, the 8-bit sounds really bad. Okay, so what we'll do... Yeah, we'll do it... We'll do 16-bit 48 kilohertz wave files. Okay, so this is G2. Open string. I'm going to have to write these down. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we've got 12. Okay, so We'll export G3 first, G2 first. So let's do this. Let's just queue them up and then we'll just render them all at once. So we'll do 48 kilohertz, 16 bits. This will be G2. So G2 is first. And next is A2. B flat 2. Next open string is C3. Then D3. E3. Then F3. Next one is G3. A3. B flat 3. C4 D4. Okay. Let's export all these bad boys. Okay. Now we should have them in the folder here. Loot sounds. Here we go. Okay, one thing is we want to organize them by the note. So I think we'll start by calling them the note. So like, because we want them to be organized not alphabetically, but this is the first note. So note 1 is a G2, 2 is A2. Okay, 12 notes exported. I don't know if we want to normalize them. I'd say let's just leave them. We can always normalize the same files after, but these are the raw files, so I think this is okay. Okay, so we've got all these new lute sounds. So let's pull them into our repo here. We're going to have a Lute2 folder. Just in case, you know. I think we're going to use these ones instead, but I'll get confused if I don't separate them here. Okay. God dang, it's hot in my room. Okay, so Lute2, we have all these songs, these sounds. So let's import them. Okay, so these are our old sounds. I don't know how we should name them. Probably just what they are with which notes. Yeah, so yo, Loki, what is up? Yo, hope you're having a good night. Okay, so we're trying to put all our new lute sounds in the table here. Nice. Cool, man. Looting after battle. Cool. That sounds awesome, dude. Why are these not working? We forgot to close our string here. Yeah, today's probably going to be a weird stream to watch because it's just music, new music stuff. Yo, what up, Salto? Salto, I'm redoing the lute stuff. You know, I just re-recorded all the new lute sounds because I wasn't happy with the melodies we can make. So we'll see if, you know, I think it's for the best. But it's probably going to set me back a bit. But that's okay. It'll be better. I'm just reminded of like when you like redid Tashio, you're like, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. You know? Okay, we should have only 12 notes. We should see. It does sound, actually, it does sound much better. And I can play the melody I want, which is really important, because I fiddled around for like maybe 15 minutes trying to get a good melody with the repetitive, the overlap of the notes that we used to have, and I just didn't like it, so we're gonna redo it. It shouldn't be too bad. Like, the hard part is gonna be, so like the really hard part is that, like, if you equip the tome, then whenever you go into your lute state, it's gonna loop in the background some bass notes. So the hard thing is we have to make our own sort of timing system, right? So that the notes that are scrolling onto screen are in sync with the notes that are playing, and that's just nuts. So that's what I'm really worried about, that I'm not gonna be able to figure out the timing once we get the bass notes looping. So that's what I'm really kind of worried about. Yeah, half of me is like, it's fine, we'll figure it out, and the other half of me is like, dude, why do you think you can do this? Like, what? Who gave you this delusion that you can pull this off? So I'm kind of living in those two worlds right now. Thanks, man. Yeah, I do too, is what I have to keep telling myself. It should sound good, though. It'll sound so good. Yeah, it'll sound so good. Everyone will be like, wow, how sounds so good? Like, well, it makes sense if you think about it. B flat 3, A3, G3, F3, E3, D3, C3. Okay, looks like we've got them all imported. So, dude, that's what they say. There could be a silver lining in there. Okay, so what's cool is we should delete all of the touch logic because we are now handling it via baton. So we don't need to do this other than, actually, I'm going to leave that for now. Totally wrong, but I'm going to leave that. We're looking for, when we don't cycle through our touch, should be after this. Right here. Oh my gosh. Okay. So yeah, we'll just I have to really refresh myself on what we did here, but basically we keep, once, in order to play music, the arrow directions have to be pressed, the walking directions. But in order to know what note needs to come out, we need to know which fret is being held. So we have this thing where we basically are overriding, like we basically, like, fret 2 will take precedence over fret 1, like in a real guitar. So we're basically saying, well, if there are no frets held, then go ahead, play the default string. If there's one fret being held, or actually if the only fret being held is equal to 1, meaning the first fret, then play the first fret. If the only fret being held is equal to 2, meaning the second fret, play the second fret. So we should just have to put in all of this. So the first string is this G2, 1 fret above that would be this A2. 1 fret above that is B flat 2. Okay, next string. Now we have to do, this is going to get gross with the diagonal inputs on the touch detection, but I won't even think about that yet. So we have note 4, note 5, D3, note 6 is in E3. E3, then 7F3, 8G3, 9A3, and then 10B flat 3, 11C4, 12D4. Okay. So we have the Salto. I've got a Habits a Creature that's just like that, and he says like, here I'll see if I can find it. And if I knew what it was called. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. So I can't find it. Well, now my obsessiveness is kicking in, so now I'm just still looking for it. It's exactly what you're saying. It's exactly what you're saying. Oh my god, it's gotta be around here somewhere. I'm off on a big tangent right now. Oh my god, dude. If I didn't draw so many damn pictures. There it is, I found it. I found it, Salto. You fake your death every day. Fake it till you make it, baby. Oh man. Yeah, buddy. I know, I got that. I just had to do it. I just had to do it. I got obsessed with it. Okay. Let's see if the new string sounds are in. Okay, sweet. What's cool about this is it's like a whole scale, right? So we've got fully 12 different notes to play. So it's more than a scale. It's yeah, it goes from G all the way to something. So now I can play, you know, we've got this thing here called bass notes, and we give it what, a string of notes. See, look at this. This is where I was like starting to do this timing offset, timing current note, setting the timer. So it takes in a string of notes to play. It takes in from the notes table. The notes table is the argument. It takes in an index of a string of whatever the current note is, and it plays it over the course of every 1.5 seconds in the bass note. So if we were to make a bass note instantiation, which we do right here, if we update this bass note over delta time, it should play notes every 1.5 seconds. So let's try to say, if we say bass notes, we're just going to update this with delta time and just see if we hear anything playing. It might only be in lute state. I don't hear it. Well, we know we're updating because we were crashing. Did we take out? We might have taken out our old notes, so now there is no string that matches that note. That's funny. I said string as if it was a lute string, but it was a computer science data terminology for a string of characters. Oh my god. Oh my god. We did take them out, so let's take these back out. Let's see if our bass notes are working. Oh. I couldn't even laugh at it. I was just like, I'm like, really? Did I just chuckle at the thought of a computer term being referenced as a lute term? Like, did I really just laugh at that? Okay. Here's our bass notes. So our bass notes are looping. They're the wrong notes because those are the old ones, but if we go up to the bass notes, we can tweak this a bit. Because I have a new melody I want to try to pan out. So this is this, what is this? Timing offset. Let's say that this is just whatever. We won't even worry about, you know, we need to ignore the notes that are coming by. So where are the notes? You know, we have this note checker, we have this lute state, these note checker. In the lute state, we have all of these notes for a song, and we're kind of inserting them in. So if we were to say, we never declare what song one is, it'll probably crash. But let's see. Okay, so let's get our new bass note in. So we want to play... We want a new bass note, and it's, or what do we call it? Like a sequence, like a looping sequence, right? So we want it to go from C2, I think, C2 to B flat to A to G. No, D, C, B flat, A. So let's do that. So we need, this will be D, 5D3. Then it'll be down to 4C3. And then down to 2B flat, 3B flat 2. And then A, 2A2. Okay, so now we should have the new bass notes. So let's see how annoying it is. Son of a... Yes, man. So, you know, I have to practice. Basically, I have to practice what song I want to be the melody, right? And then we need to insert it one note at a time. And then we have to make sure they sync up. And then we have this thing called valid note checker that says, hey, is the note that's being played next equal to the same fret and string that you're currently playing? If so, we're going to render it green. If not, render it red. So that's the Guitar Hero aspect. And that's how we check if you're hitting the right notes. But we don't have a way to do quarter notes, half notes, anything like that. So the timing, the timing for the notes inside themselves, you know, other than just quarter notes, we have to figure out how to do that. And we also have to figure out how to get the timing for the looping notes to play based on what tone is activated. So I'm probably gonna sit here and practice the melody that I want to play. And then if I can get that, I mean, you know what? Yeah. I don't know. Because I'm still not 100% sold on doing it this way. But I do want to try it. So if the song that I have in my head can't reasonably be played in the game, then we can't go for it, right? And we have to figure something else out. So I think it's reasonable to try to play the song. I'm just saying, like, it's about to sound awful because I'm going to be playing crappy songs over and over and over till I get it right. So just a heads up. Let's go to the bass notes. We'll slow this down. You know, we won't have this timer incrementation. We'll do it 2.5, so give us an extra second before we loop the sounds. But also, I don't want the sounds looping while I'm messing around because I need to just play. I need to be able to play the melody myself, which could be tough. So I know we can transcribe it, you know, so we give a little cheat code because it's like we have the notes, right? So like I can say what, God, it's kind of crazy because it's like we have, you know, 1 on the right on the D-pad, 1 here. Let's draw this out. Because ideally what I can do is kind of just walk through the notes that I have to play, see where they transcribe on the keyboard, and then I can just use that as like because we can't transcribe the notes until we know what the melody is. So for me, the game is supposed to communicate which string at what time on which fret, but us programming that, we need to know ourselves which string, what fret at what time. So we have to kind of just like figure this out. Okay, I know there's a way to zoom in. Okay. Okay, so we have this like, oh man, my freaking draw thing is unplugged. My Wacom is unplugged. Okay, we'll do it like a loser. Here's the directions, right? WASD. So this is string 1. It goes string 1, string 2 is down, string 3, string 4. And then in here we have 2 frets on each. So here's actually note 3, or note 2, note 3. This would be note 4. What the heck? Oh man. Who said GIMP? Who? How do you use GIMP, man? Does anyone know how to use GIMP, like actually? What the hell? I can't even undo, like... What? No. Stop it. Stop it. Fuck. Anytime I try GIMP, I'm like, God, I hate this. I don't know, man. I hate Adobe. I hate needing to use Adobe. I hate them. And, dude, they always bug me and say like, hey, would you recommend this to your friends? Every time I rate it 0 and I just rant for like 2 paragraphs at how much I hate them. Okay. So this is our notes, right? We have string 1, string 2, string 3, string 4. But on the note front, we have, yeah, they have to be, because like every creative I know hates them because they charge so fucking much. But also they just suck ass. Okay, so if we visualize all the strings kind of like this, we can kind of start to see, it doesn't really translate to like, so this is a 1, a 2, a 3, I feel like I'm eating a lollipop, a 4, a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so now we can kind of bring out our actual notes. So like this is G, A, B flat, Okay, I got an idea. Because what we can do, we can pull out the Rolly and literally play these notes like it's musical so we can get the timing right and see what's realistic. Because we've recorded from the Rolly, so any sounds we got 7 is F3. Oh my god. Because basically what I want to do, in a perfect world, I can just play the note on an actual keyboard. I can play the melody on an actual keyboard, and then it'll spit out to me the string number and the fret number of the melody I just played. But we don't have anything that can do that because we would have to write it ourselves because it's all custom. So I'm trying to think of a way, maybe the way is we can record ourselves, play the melody, and then as we play back the video, we look on the Rolly which note was played and we can transcribe it to notes, right? Well, if we know what notes they're transcribed to, we can come and get the number of the melody and write down the number of the melody, which won't be the right timing, but it'll be at least the right notes. And then we can have a cheat sheet for which numbers for us to practice learning the song so that we know we're hitting the right notes, and then we're seeing if the song's actually playable with the melody and speed that we're hoping is possible. So that's kind of nuts, but that I can't think of a better way to do it because I can just sit here and play it in my head and try to do it. But, I've got the melody I want, but I can't, I don't know what the transcription is. So it is a cursed snowflake with way too many things on it. Let's pull open Rolly Equator and we'll try to play it alongside of. So here's the software that's making the lute music. So we start off at G2, so these are the first notes. So if we start our game and we can actually put the bass notes looping, let's hear how fast they go. Okay, cool. That one's like too snappy, right? We can re-record that one probably. Here. So those sounds are looping in the game, and then I want to play the melody over it. So something like that. Yeah, like something like that. If we can get those notes kind of transcribed, then I can start to play it. I mean, I could just learn how to play it on here. So if we turn this off, we turn off our bass notes. Yo, shout out Nigel North too, because I may or may not have ripped off his lute riff. I'm sure he'd be fine. I'm sure he'd be fine with it. Okay, so the first three notes, you know, we can, if we have open the Photoshop, here we go. So the first notes are D, so 5, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 9, 4, oh my God. So 5, 7, 9 are the first. So let's just try that. 5, 7, 9. Let's write these down. So it goes, those are the first 6 notes. So we're going, so 5, which is, you know, we can transcribe it to 5, 7. So it's going to be down 1. You know, we have to come up with like our own notation. Down is second string, first fret. So down 1, left, neutral. Yeah, probably down 1, left. 9 is A, so it's going to be left with the second fret, so it's left 2. And then still left 2 on the last note there, but then these two, C is just straight down. So down, and then E, which is down and 2. So if we transcribe it to our own, it's D1, L, L2, D, D2, L2. So now we can play it in our game and kind of have, so down 1. Yeah, those are the right notes. So it's, yeah. God, dude, this is crazy. That sounds really cool though. Like if you know, if we imagine the notes on screen to help you play this, it'll play a lot easier. It's just right now I'm trying to like do my own notation, trying to learn this. Okay. So yeah, I think the move is we just keep transcribing it so that we have a little cheat sheet so we can read it. Yeah. And then the hard thing is getting the quarter notes or the 16th notes and having the different speeds. Because let's take a look at how they're scrolling on, right? We have this table of active notes, and we say, how do we even do this? So valid, oh my God. we have this active notes, but I don't see where we're actually like... Okay, so it's in a note object, a note class. So we say that there's a note. Where is our note class? Okay. So a note basically has just a position, a string, a fret, a speed. So we do something with the speed. Well, actually, we don't do anything with the speed. Yeah, we define it, but we don't use anything other than when okay, so in our update, we scroll it at whatever speed. But the thing is, we don't want them scrolling at different rates. We want them to be inserted at different rates, right? So like, we have this, we insert them over here, so we kind of have to see where we insert. We define them as a song 1. So where are we kind of extracting a song 1? Well, we have this thing called a song timer, and every time that triggers, we take one note out of the song, and the new song timer becomes the timer of the note that's inside there. What is going on, man? We wrote this so long ago. Deinstantiate when notes off screen. So basically, we have this song timer, and it's a song timer off the index. So this looks like if it's song index 1, 2D array inside the note, we have to kind of see what's... A string fret timer. Okay, so we do pass in a timer. Okay, so we do have a way. You know what? We already have this. We have a 2, a 1, a 1, a 1, a 1. Okay, so if 1 is quarter note, 2 is like a half note, 4 would be a whole note. So an eighth note would be 0.5, a 16th would be 0.25. Let's see if we can do 0.25 surrounded by other 0.25s. Let's see if we can do that. It should be fast. Hopefully we did this so that we can pull this off. Yeah, we can. We can scoot them closer. Oh my god, that sounded awful. Okay. So we really could just build it out. We could just start building out the song in the game instead of writing the notation for me to practice, because then let's give it a shot. So basically, we insert the notes when we want, and we define the timer until the next note. So we don't say, yeah, I guess this, yeah, it would be a sort of, let me see if we give everything a 0.25, if they're all close together, because I think that's jacked up. No, they are. So we gave it to 3 notes, but it looks like only the first 3 had it. So it's like the timer is when the note itself comes on. What do we do with the dot timer for the note? We have a dot timer. Would this would be in the loot. We have a dot timer, yeah? Yeah. So what are we officially doing here? We have this thing called a song timer, and we're decrementing it over time. Now, as soon as that hits 0, as long as we have a note left in our song, we're going to insert an active note into the active notes table, and the active note we're inserting is the note, basically the next note in our song, song 1, index 1, so the next note, because what we do is we remove the first index of the song as we scroll through, which, probably wouldn't work if we wanted to do a looping of the song so that the notes keep scrolling by, but for right now, this is okay. And then what we do is we go into the very first note, and we go into, I don't get how we're able to dig down into a 2D array like this. Song 1, index 1 would be a note. Then we're saying notes index 1 dot timer. So how do we do that in a note? Because a note index 1, I don't know how, that doesn't make much sense to me. Well, the second, since we're inserting a note, we go into the note, into the first notes dot timer. Okay, so that's what it is. So we're setting the song timer. So the timer, the third parameter we give to every note, becomes the song timer at which we insert a new note. So we kind of we have this whole song made up of individual notes. And what we do is we have this song timer that decrements. Anytime time is up, we say, give me the first note, and we put in the first note. We delete the first note from the rest of our song, and then we start scrolling that note, and we don't insert another note until the song timer has come up. So that's why the second note is really close. We gave it a 0.25, a quarter note of a separation. So after 0.25 seconds, it gives that next note. So why is it that only the first 3 notes of our song had that space in between? Because we said, give us this note with 25 behind it, give us this note with 25 behind it, then give us this note with 25 behind it, give us this note with 25 behind it. That should be 4 notes with a very short thing behind them, but we only have 3. Yeah. Okay. I'm not too worried about this. I mean, we just have to play around with what is causing this spacing issue. And then hopefully we can figure out a decent rate of speed so that any time we give it, I want it to be, yeah, because I wouldn't want to go any more than 16th notes. So we'd probably want to go with 1 being a quarter note, 8th note being 0.5, and then not go faster than that. We can write the song around that. So let's just try. Let's say that song 1 is actually just 2 notes. And the 2 notes, it is a string and a fret, right? We have a string and a fret. Is that how it goes on the note? String and fret. Okay. So let's just do the real notes. So this is going to be a string 2, a string 2 fret 1, and we'll just give it a default of 1. Then the next note is left. So that would be a string 3. Fret 0. No fret held. And let's just give it a 1 as well. And let's just see what these 2 notes look like. They should be evenly spaced. We only get the 1 note. We only get the 1 note. So something's jacked up in how we're doing this. Like I'm just putting the same note in here. There should be 3 notes here because we inserted 3 notes. What the heck? Okay, it's the wrong string even. It shouldn't be string 4, it should be string 1 because we gave it string 1, fret 2. So let's just say string, can we do string 0? No. Should be 1. Let's see if we do 1. 1's all around here. What? There's only one freaking note. There's only one note that's being showed up. When we do this, we have all kinds of notes. Yeah. What the fuck? So look, there's what? 5 notes there. There's 5 notes there, but there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So half of these notes aren't even showing up. Only 5 notes are. So something's jacked up. Okay, well, I've got work in the morning. I'm not figuring out much on this front. So I think I'm going to call it a night. We've got the new lute strings in there, and it does sound good with the new melody. So I think we're going to move forward with this. The next step is we need to rehaul our notes so that they come on screen on time with the bass notes, and then make sure that when we give eighth notes or faster, that the spacing is correct as well as the valid note detection. So yeah, this is a lot, but if we can, I'm hoping we can, we're fairly close. The strings are working. We just need the lute playing stuff hammered out. So it's not all that bad. So we'll be figuring this out in the coming days here. And then, oh my gosh, we've got what, 2 weeks? We've got 2 weeks. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, I'll find someone to raid out to. We'll call it a night. But thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully we get some more good stuff done. I'm gonna be tweaking this off stream a bit, see if I can figure out why it's doing this. But I really just want to lay down in bed and do that instead of my hot room. So we'll call it a night. Thanks for hanging. I'll be back. Yeah, have a good night, y'all.